Previously on Beyond Compare Wrestling, the BCW Commonwealth Title Tournament kicked off with Victor Payne defeating Mr. GM and advancing to the semifinals. Tonight, the tournament continues with 3 quarterfinal matchups as GRIZZLY MACK faces TAFIK, AMIR MANN faces KENSHO, and Tony RIZZO faces the idol Sergio Gomez. Which wrestlers will advance and join Victor Payne in the semifinals? And fresh off winning the 2024 Euroslam Tournament, Byron Cassidy returns to BCW tonight. What are Byron's plans now that he's back in BCW? Beyond Compare Wrestling presents BCW 42 Homecoming. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beyond Compare Wrestling.
Thank you for joining us here tonight. It is 2025 and we are back for more Beyond Compare Wrestling action. Tonight we are sold out from the BCW Arena for BCW 42 Homecoming. And tonight we have quite the card for you to kick off 2025 as we will be continuing the quarterfinals of the BCW Commonwealth Title Tournament. 3 more matches, 3 more quarterfinals to get to. And tonight we are going to kick it off with GRIZZLY MACK versus TAFIK. This is a huge hoss battle of 2 very strong, very big, very powerful competitors. Then it is a battle of the veterans. It is the idol Sergio Gomez taking on the BCW head trainer, Mr. Tony RIZZO. And we have AMIR, Big Money Man, taking on the Japanese sensation, KENSHO. Plus, Byron Cassidy returns to BCW after nearly 14 months away. But before we get to tonight's action, before we get to anything in 2025, we are closing out 2024. Who are the winners of the 2024 BCW Awards? Let's find out right now in this video package. Well, congratulations to all the winners of the 2024 BCW Awards, but we are getting into the tail of the tape now for our opening contest here tonight, GRIZZLY MACK versus TAFIK. We can see the heights and weights are nearly the same. The singles records, GRIZZLY MACK 8-1 with 8 consecutive victories. TAFIK 4-2, but he has faced top competition. And when we look at some of these awards, GRIZZLY MACK 2024 BCW Match of the Year winner, TAFIK 2022 Match of the Year winner, undefeated streaks, former #1 contenders, but the real X factor of this one is the finishers. It is the claw hold of GRIZZLY MACK that defeated TAFIK at Beyond Rules 3 back in October. TAFIK knows that the claw hold is a surefire win for GRIZZLY MACK to secure victory. Can TAFIK retaliate with his finisher, the Burning Hammer, that big, huge inverted DVD that just absolutely crushes the spine of his opponents? And we look at the breakdown here. GRIZZLY MACK TAFIK quarterfinal match in the BCW Commonwealth Title Tournament. Two big, huge, strong heavyweights looking to etch their name in history. You only get one shot to be the first ever champion. Who is going to move one step closer in this huge quarterfinal opener of BCW 42 Homecoming? Let's take it to the ring. Let's find out right now.
The following is a quarterfinal match in the BCW Commonwealth Title Tournament. Fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, this is GRIZZLY MACK.
And here he comes to the ring, GRIZZLY MACK, the physical specimen that he is. And he is 8-1, as we've seen in the record breakdown. And that one loss came in the match of the year for 2024, as we've seen. It was Benson Hicks versus GRIZZLY MACK. Benson Hicks, he was the wrestler of the year. He's the current #1 contender. And that is the only blemish on GRIZZLY MACK's record. Other than that, he has been unstoppable, and he has even defeated his opponent here tonight, TAFIK, in a tag team match at Beyond Rules 3. He cinched in that brutal claw hold and made TAFIK pass out. Can he do it again here tonight in the quarterfinals?
Standing 6 feet 5 inches tall and weighing 300 pounds, hailing from Copenhagen, Denmark, TAFIK.
And here he comes, TAFIK. And when you compare him to GRIZZLY MACK, it's nearly a mirror match. Both these men, huge mountains of men in peak physical condition. And when it comes to the accolades, TAFIK is just dripping with accolades other than BCW Gold. He's a former #1 contender for the world title, a former #1 contender for the tag titles, BCW 2022 Match of the Year. TAFIK has done it all except claim gold here in BCW, and he is just 3 matches away from being the Commonwealth champion. Can he get it done against GRIZZLY MACK in our opener here tonight? And here we go, the bell has rung, the match is underway. First match of 2025 here in BCW. The time for talk is over, the housekeeping is done, and we are into hot BCW action here tonight. The weather outside is cold, but the action in the BCW arena is hot, and we have GRIZZLY MACK just attacking the shoulder. Oh, he went for the cutter. TAFIK blocked it, but that shoulder's really knotting up already. And these two men just looking at him, nearly a mirror match in terms of their physique, their attires. They could almost be tag team partners when you look at them. It is like fighting. Oh, and a beautiful gator roll there. It is like fighting a mirrored opponent. Like, Oh, and just picking him up and keeps slamming him down, and GRIZZLY MACK really showing the physicality. TAFIK just slightly bigger, but GRIZZLY MACK with that huge mental advantage after defeating TAFIK in that tag match, as we mentioned, at Beyond Rules 3, where he slapped in that claw hold. Oh, and TAFIK, beautiful knee to the face, trying to get some offense. Picks him up now, and both these men are so... Oh, and GRIZZLY MACK reverses. TAFIK, too much momentum, and GRIZZLY MACK just that mounted punches. And I've mentioned it before, but when you look at the entire BCW roster, GRIZZLY MACK is one of the very, very last people you would pick to have in a mounted position on top of you, raining down blows. So jacked, so strong. And now they are taking this match to the outside. And up next in the second quarterfinal match that we have tonight, it is Sergio Gomez taking on Tony Rizzo. And a big, huge knee there from TAFIK on the outside. And when it is on the outside, I would have to give the advantage to a GRIZZLY MACK, just because GRIZZLY MACK is not afraid to use his environment. He's not afraid to cheat. Beautiful evade there, but TAFIK just hits him with some shots, but these two got to get back into the ring at some point. GRIZZLY MACK with a huge shot to the apron. And now he's starting to feel it there, but these men have got to get back in the ring. You do not want to count out. There must be a winner. Oh, and GRIZZLY MACK just tossing TAFIK. Perhaps going for that count-out win. TAFIK's got a few seconds left, taking his time, and then right at the last second gets back in the ring. Went for that knee, but GRIZZLY MACK cuts him off. These two meeting right in the center. Just counters and counters. Both these men trying to impose their physical will over the other. But this has really been a battle of counterattacks and reversals. TAFIK starting to feel like GRIZZLY MACK. Big shot to the head, writhing in pain. And both these men being so dominant, facing top competition. This is truly the most even, balanced match in the quarterfinals, in my opinion. Two big, strong men, both with equal accolades. Oh, and TAFIK with a huge shot, taking GRIZZLY MACK to the outside again. Really having that mental advantage of saying, this is my ring, get out, I'll let you back in when I want you to be there. Huge Beal to the outside, dropping him on that very, very thin padding that we have here in BCW. So as I mentioned, this is such a mirror match in terms of skill and physique that I think it's really going to come down to who has the better game plan and who can execute it better. TAFIK with the lateral cover right near the ropes. GRIZZLY MACK kicks out with authority. Both these men going at it here, and this is what BCW is all about. This is how you kick off 2025 with a big, huge, heavyweight hoss battle for a chance at championship gold. As I mentioned, you only get one shot to be the first ever champion, and every single competitor in this tournament has been at the top of BCW. They have been top contenders. But all 8 of these men want championship gold, and a big, huge driver there. That could be it. All 8 of these men in the tournament want gold. Mr. GM has already been eliminated. Victor Payne has gone to the semifinals already. Goes for the cover after that big, huge splash on the top too. Oh! That was getting into 2.9 territory there for TAFIK, but he's really starting to feel it. Is he perhaps going to set up GRIZZLY MACK for that burning hammer? A maneuver that's... Oh, and a big, huge back elbow. Really asserting his dominance over GRIZZLY MACK, but TAFIK's burning hammer has been that one move that has put away every opponent that he has hit with it. And now just keeping GRIZZLY MACK grounded. Smart strategy from TAFIK. Maybe that is the strategy of a TAFIK. When I would describe GRIZZLY MACK, the one word I would use to describe him is explosive. So if you can keep GRIZZLY MACK down, that's it. And TAFIK's going for that big... Oh! Went for that big, huge forearm to the back of the head. GRIZZLY MACK ducked it. And now GRIZZLY MACK starting to fire up. Clotheslines, reverse it, trips the leg, gets TAFIK down now, and a fired up GRIZZLY MACK is a very, very scary GRIZZLY MACK. Goes for the cover here to check his progress. Don't think he's going to get it. And he does not, but GRIZZLY MACK going for the cover, making TAFIK expend that energy, making him use up that gas tank. TAFIK is the bigger and the heavier of these two. I think Grizzly Mack has a little bit better cardio than TAFIK, so to make TAFIK constantly keep kicking out, to keep trying to fuel all those big, huge power muscles is a smart maneuver from Grizzly Mack. And Grizzly Mack, he is so wild, so aggressive, and he looks so terrifying that I do not think he gets credit enough for his game plans. Grizzly Mack has proven time and time again that he is a very cerebral fighter. But just looking at him, he looks like a man who just comes in there and fights wild, fights with reckless abandon, but he is a lot smarter than we give him credit for. Oh, and TAFIK going for the strikes. Owen went for a big kick. Grizzly Mack reversed his big, huge right of his own. And another uppercut, another right. Kicks and a big, huge clothesline. Grabs him by the hair and slams him down. And these two men are about 300 pounds, and they're getting thrown around like cruiserweights. And if once is good, why not do it twice? Picks him up again. And that maneuver might not look like much, but that really puts a lot of torque on the neck. You're picking a man up by his neck, and it just takes landing that little bit wrong to really throw at your neck, your shoulders. It does it for a third time, and it was Grizzly Mack going for the shoulder and the neck and the head of TAFIK right at the onset, the first move of this match. Now Grizzly Mack to the top. He wants TAFIK to get back up. What's Grizzly Mack got in store here? And crowns him! But will Grizzly Mack be crowned the BCW Commonwealth Champion? And now he's going for a big clothesline. A shot to the back of the head. TAFIK missed. Grizzly Mack connects. What a brutal maneuver. And now is he setting him up for that claw hold? Locks in the claw. Is this Grizzly Mack's ticket to victory? Is he going to pull off the win? Sapping the life. This defeated TAFIK the last time. Can TAFIK get out as he figured out a counter this time? Grizzly Mack lets it go, but look at, Grizzly Mack already celebrating like he won. TAFIK looks to be out. He's still breathing. He is still conscious. Otherwise, the referee would have called for the bell. Oh, and Grizzly Mack has a malfunction at the junction. Hits the ref. TAFIK, big belly to belly, but TAFIK is got to be brutally hurt. His cardio's got to be sapped from having the hand over the face and just the brutal crushing power of a Grizzly Mack. TAFIK is in the danger zone. He's got to do something big to make Grizzly Mack think. But Grizzly Mack smartly rolls to the outside, needs that breather. But TAFIK picks him up, brings it back in, and slams him down with a shot to the back of the neck. And that's a long way down from the top rope. 1, 2. Grizzly Mack kicks out with authority. But TAFIK, he just keeps plowing along, does not argue with the ref. Keeps his nose to the grindstone, keeps being persistent. And now TAFIK really focusing on that head, neck, and shoulder area, potentially setting him up for the burning hammer right here. If he hits him with the burning hammer, after Grizzly Mack's neck has been weakened up, this could be it in a brutal, ugly landing. TAFIK hitting Grizzly Mack with his most powerful maneuver, drags him away from the ropes. Goes for the cover. Could this be it? 1, 2. TAFIK seals the deal, gets the pinfall, advances to the semifinals, avenges the loss that he suffered to Grizzly Mack at Beyond Rules 3. TAFIK is a semifinalist, but let's take a look at this replay. This was a maneuver that put out TAFIK, and it nearly took him out this time. But TAFIK, to his credit, was able to rally, hit a few big maneuvers, set Grizzly Mack up for the burning hammer, picked him up, dragged him back to the center of the ring so there could be no rope break, sealed the deal, punched his ticket to the semifinals. TAFIK is moving along. You could argue this is one of the biggest victories of TAFIK's career. He is only 2 more wins away from being the first ever BCW Commonwealth Champion. Congratulations to TAFIK. We'll see him in the semis.
Here is your winner via pinfall, TAFIK. And let's take a look at the updated bracket for the BCW Commonwealth Title Tournament.
We have one semifinalist on the left side in Victor Payne. We have one semifinalist on the right side in TAFIK. And by the end of the night, we are going to have the semifinals all wrapped up. Who will the opponents be for Victor Payne and TAFIK? We're going to find out after we take a quick break. Then we're going to head in to our next BCW Commonwealth Championship quarterfinal match.
Diggity dog. Breaking. 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 Diggity dog. Breaking.
Well, there we have it. Mr. GM has just signed Byron Cassidy versus Liam No Honor Connors for the main event. But let's get into the Commonwealth Title Tournament breakdown for our second quarterfinal match here tonight. The Idol Sergio Gomez versus Tony Rizzo. And when we look at the accomplishments of both competitors, Sergio Gomez, 2023 BCW Feud of the Year, 2 wins over the Euroslam champion Byron Cassidy. He has 30 plus years of wrestling experience, and he is a former worldwide lucha champion. Whereas Tony Rizzo, 2023 Most Improved Wrestler of the Year, former #1 contender. He has defeated the SJPW champion in a non-title match, and his record is a bit deceiving as he is 5-6, but he had a 5-match win streak to bring himself to that #1 contender status. And Tony Rizzo is the only man in BCW to hold a pinfall victory over BCW World Champion Dirty Dawn, albeit in a Iron Man match. Tony Rizzo did come out on the losing end of that one, but that is a huge accolade, being the only man to have pinned the champ. So tonight, quarterfinal match, BCW Commonwealth Title Tournament. Who is going to come out with the victory here tonight? Who will advance to the semifinals? And who will be facing Victor Payne in those semifinals? Talk about a tall task where the victor, their prize is to face Victor Payne in the semifinals. Let's take it to the ring. Let's find out who will be facing Victor Payne, who is advancing here tonight, Rizzo or Gomez.
The following is a quarterfinal match in the BCW Commonwealth Title Tournament. He stands 6 feet, 2 inches tall, and weighed in at 295 pounds. All the way from Gomez, Palacio, Durango, Mexico, the Idol, Sergio Gomez.
And here he is making his way to the ring, the Lucha Libre legend Sergio Gomez. He will do anything to win. And Sergio has gone on record and stated before he came to BCW to win gold, to have one last hurrah as he goes into the sunset of his career. Could the BCW Commonwealth Title Tournament be his ticket to gold? We're going to find out in the second quarterfinal match here tonight.
fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, the BCW head trainer, Mr. Tony Rizzo.
And here he is, the BCW head trainer, Mr. Tony Rizzo. When Tony Rizzo made his debut in BCW, he had a real rough start. It took him a little while to get his footing as he went on a big, huge winless streak, but then he really turned it around in year 2 of BCW, and he went on a 5-match win streak, defeating some top competition, which earned him a BCW World title match against Dirty Don. When he received that title match, it was an Iron Man match, and he was able to get a pinfall victory over the current BCW World Champion. He's the only man on the roster who has that accolade. But Tony Rizzo's looking to climb the mountain again. He's looking for another shot at gold, and he's got it here in the quarterfinals. Can he defeat an opponent with more experience than he has? This is a huge hoss battle, and I'm looking forward to it. Let's take it to the referee, and let's get this match underway. And here we go. The bell has rung. The match is underway. Second quarterfinal match is underway. Another big, huge 300-pound hoss battle as the idol Sergio Gomez from Mexico takes on Tony Rizzo from Italy. Bit of international flavor to this tournament. Oh, and Tony Rizzo just wrenching the neck with those quads. And now just taking him down, a little bit more of an aggressive side than we usually see from a Tony Rizzo. But when you have an opportunity for gold, when you have your shot to be etched into the history books as the first ever champion, when you are only 3 wins away from being the first ever title holder of the BCW Commonwealth Championship, you got to go for broke. You got to put it on the line. You got to do what you need to do. And if that means being aggressive, if that means doing something new, adding a new wrinkle to your game, then I say go for it. Oh, big reversal there. Oh, and Sergio Gomez to the outside. Tony Rizzo feeling pretty good already in the opening stages of this match. Going for Sergio's legs. And when it comes to the game plan for both these competitors, when it comes to Sergio Gomez, he does have that 30-plus years experience. He is in his 50s. So when it comes to physicality, when it comes to body fatigue, 30 years of competing in the ring at the highest level all over the world, it's really going to take a toll on your body. So I don't think the knees, the joints are quite the same for Sergio Gomez as they are for Tony Rizzo. And Tony Rizzo on the top rope. Here it goes for a huge elbow drop from the top to the outside, leaping over the post. That is 300 pounds crashing on the sternum, and that is going to do some damage. A 300-pounder going about 15 feet down to the ground, sandwiching Sergio Gomez between the concrete floor and a 300-pound frame. Sergio, he's got to get back in the ring, and when it comes to who has the advantage, I think... Oh, and Sergio crashed and burned there, too. Tony Rizzo really taking advantage in the early stages of this one. And right as I was about to say, I think Sergio Gomez has a better shot in the ring than outside of it. Sergio Gomez is that Lucha Libre legend. And when you were talking Lucha Libre, you're going to want to use the ropes. You're going to want to use the ring to your advantage. So I think competing on the outside does favor a Tony Rizzo more than a Sergio Gomez. Sergio, he's going to want to do those lucha moves, and with that near 300-pound frame. Oh, and Tony Rizzo, I think he knows that he has the advantage on the outside, throwing Sergio out again. Really doing a lot of damage, really gaining a lot of points, so to speak, here in the early goings of this match. But this is not MMA. This is not based on points. There are no judges' decisions. You got to get the win by any means necessary to advance in this tournament. There must be a winner. And Sergio, he's really got to do something to Tony Rizzo, like throwing him in that guardrail in a big, huge running knee to the face. Right as I say Sergio has to do something, as if he could hear me, he pulled out 2 big maneuvers. Oh, but Sergio, he goes for that top rope move. Goes for the inside out helo, but that's... Sergio, I think he is hurt. He does not have the spring in his step. Could not get the distance to hit that maneuver. Already showing the effects, I think, of that elbow drop to the outside. Now Sergio taking him to the ropes. This is where Sergio has got to have the advantage. He's got to use the ropes. He's got to use weight and momentum. Tony Rizzo's a lot more of a ground-based competitor, but you don't usually see Tony Rizzo using the ropes or going up top. Oh, and Sergio Gomez here, taking that top turnbuckle pad off. Sergio, oh, now he's taunting him. Sergio Gomez is not afraid to bend for sure and potentially break the rules if need be. Everything in BCW is at the referee's discretion. We do not want to see a countout or a disqualification in this match, as there must be a winner. But Sergio Gomez, as I said, been competing for 30 years. He knows the exact times when to bend the rules to his advantage. Springboard maneuver there. Rump right to the face, goes for the lateral. Only a 1. Sergio's got to do a lot more than that to go after a Tony Rizzo and get the pinfall, but he's checking his progress. And with only a 1, that's got to infuriate Sergio. But looming presence is that exposed turnbuckle, and now he just crashes in sternum first. Could this be it? 1, 2. Sergio improved the pinfall attempt, gets a 2 now instead of a 1. But the referee's got to do something about that top turnbuckle. Exposed it again. Referee showed a lot of leniency. In a normal match, there could be a disqualification, but with the importance of the BCW Commonwealth Title Tournament, referee showing a lot of leniency in this one. But that is doing a lot of damage to a Tony Rizzo, going sternum first, solar plexus first, right into that steel buckle. And not only does that cause pain, but having the pads there really prevent all that air from rushing out of your lungs as well. So every time Tony Rizzo is hitting that buckle, it is causing pain, and it is causing all the air to rush out of his lungs. And with a big man, you want to conserve as much of that gas tank as you can. You want to keep as much air in the lungs. You do not want to get gassed, and the quickest way to get gassed is moves like this. Sergio Gomez, he really wants this BCW Commonwealth title. He came to BCW to win gold. It is no secret he wants gold, and he is doing everything in this quarterfinal match to secure it. Whether by hook or in this case by crook, and really just grounding Tony Rizzo, picking him up, throwing him into that turnbuckle, and constantly keeping the referee away from trying to rip. Oh, and here we go. And again, cutting the referee off so he cannot put that turnbuckle pad back on. That is a mark of a true veteran in Sergio Gomez. And now he's going for a top rope maneuver here. What's it going to be? Goes for the Rana. Secures it. Look like 1, 2. Oh, and Tony Rizzo kicks out at the last second. Looked like the ref was trying to go and put that turnbuckle pad on. But Sergio, again, went for the cover. Did that Rana, went right into the cover, knew the referee would have to have priority of going for the cover over repairing the turnbuckle. Turnbuckle is being repaired as we speak, negating Sergio's advantage. Oh, and while the referee's back has turned, Tony Rizzo pulling out a dirty maneuver. Tony Rizzo taking a page out of Sergio Gomez's book. 1, 2, could this be it? Tony Rizzo picks up the win, using Sergio's own tactics against him. It bit Sergio in the ass, and in the end, it cost him the victory. Tony Rizzo has advanced to the semifinals. And Sergio Gomez taking off the turnbuckle pad, as we see here in the replay. We thought that was going to be his ticket to win, but it was really his ticket to his downfall. Cheating in this match was the Achilles heel that made Sergio Gomez fly a little too close to the sun. Tony Rizzo picks up the scraps, uses Sergio's tactics against him, and picks up the win. Did not expect that out of a Tony Rizzo, but when the gold is on the line and you got to win to advance, you cannot blame a Tony Rizzo. What a win for him. And let's take a look at the updated Commonwealth Championship bracket. We now know that our first semi-final match is all sealed up. Tony Rizzo versus Victor Payne. what a hoss battle. Tony Rizzo, 315 pounds versus Victor Payne, 375. I think that is going to be the biggest match in terms of competitor weight that we've ever had in BCW. And up next, it is AMIR, MANN, and KENSHO, who will be facing TAFIK in the semifinals. Will it be his friend, or will it be AMIR, MANN? We're going to find out after the short commercial break.
Diggity, diggity dog. Breaking. 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 Diggity, diggity dog.
Well, I am personally quite excited to see that the Brotherhood are back on the same page. But let's get into another Commonwealth Tournament breakdown as we break down AMIR, Big Money Man, and KENSHO. And when we look at the tail of the tapes here, the one thing that really sticks out is singles record. AMIR, MANN, 1 win and 6 losses against KENSHO's 4-1. AMIR, MANN, he is definitely the dark horse in this tournament. He only has 1 win, but that 1 win was a qualifier against Cameron Lewis to gain entry into the tournament. AMIR, MANN, at the time he was 0-6, so he was not even eligible to compete in this tournament. Mr. GM put him in a match against Cameron Lewis, who was, in the end, the 2024 Most Improved Wrestler of the Year. So AMIR, MANN, he was the only competitor in this tournament to have to win his way in. Is that going to be a difference maker tonight? Whereas KENSHO, 2023 Match of the Year winner, former #1 contender, former tag title #1 contender. KENSHO is one of the favorites to win this whole tournament, let alone to win his quarterfinal match, whereas AMIR, MANN, he is the dark horse. Who is going to move to the semifinals in this one? Will it be the extreme underdog, the dark horse, the man who no one thinks will win, or will it be KENSHO? Will he unleash one of his brutal knee strikes, and will he face his tag team partner in the semifinals? We're going to find out. Let's cue up the next match. Let's go to the ring and get this last qualifier underway.
The following is a quarterfinal match in the BCW Commonwealth Title Tournament. Standing 6 feet, 4 inches tall, and weighing 245 pounds, he is a world-renowned striker who brings over 10 years of professional experience to the ring. From Tokyo, Japan, KENSHO.
And here he is, the lethal striker KENSHO, making his way to the ring. And when it comes to this BCW Commonwealth Title Tournament, as we've seen from the tournament bracket, there is 1 spot left in the semifinals, and KENSHO wants it. But it comes with a catch-22, as we already know that his friend and tag team partner TAFIK has already advanced. So if KENSHO can win his quarterfinal match here tonight, he will be facing his friend and tag partner in the semifinals. That is the wrinkle to this match. Can he get it done? We're going to find out.
He stands 5 feet, 10 inches tall, and weighed 205 pounds.
No one wants this GRIZZLY MACK with a sneak attack on KENSHO, absolutely brutalizing him. Attack from behind. KENSHO was waiting for AMIR to come to the ring. We got to take a quick message. We got to restore order, get security out here. We'll be back in a moment. All right, and we are back to the action live here. AMIR MANN versus KENSHO. And let's take a look at this instant replay. It was GRIZZLY MACK absolutely blindsiding KENSHO before this match even got started. And during the whole commercial break, it was GRIZZLY MACK unleashing some brutal maneuvers. But it was this maneuver here in particular, locking up the arms of KENSHO and two big, huge clubbing forearms to the back of the neck. KENSHO could have a concussion. We do not know the extent of the injuries of KENSHO. And then AMIR MANN, he finally made his way to the ring, and as soon as the bell rang, he just absolutely smothered KENSHO, unleashing some kicks into the corner. KENSHO has not been able to recover since. And now we are back to live action. KENSHO has got to do something to get back into this match. It has been all AMIR MANN. And AMIR MANN, he, as we mentioned, he is the dark horse in this tournament. He knows that he had to do something to gain an advantage over KENSHO, and GRIZZLY MACK was that advantage. But KENSHO's got to do something to get back into this match. He's got to do something. Oh, and what's AMIR got here? Oh, AMIR's got brass knuckles, shot to the head, knockout shot. I don't think the referee seen it. Could this be it? AMIR MANN goes for the cover. Not this way, not this way. Kick out KENSHO. 1, 2, kick out, kick out. AMIR MANN wins. Damn it. AMIR MANN knew he couldn't get the job done by himself, so he had to have GRIZZLY MACK come out and brutalize KENSHO before the match. He had to do a sneak attack to KENSHO right as the bell rang, and then brass knuckles as well. And as we can see from the slowed down replay, clearly brass knuckles on the hand of AMIR MANN. That is how AMIR MANN operates. That is how he gets the job done. And AMIR MANN advances to the semifinals of the Commonwealth Title Tournament, and obviously AMIR MANN willing to do anything and everything to get his hands on BCW gold.
Here is your winner via pinfall, AMIR Big Money MANN.
And let's take a look at the final update to the bracket. We have the semifinals locked in. Tony Rizzo versus Victor Payne. And as we've seen, AMIR MANN advancing to face TAFIK in the semifinals. Those two matches are locked in, but I think KENSHO got super screwed in this quarterfinal here tonight. I think it was all buttoned up for KENSHO to win, but AMIR MANN with the underhanded tactics puts him in the semifinals. Let's take a break, and then we'll get to the main event.
The following contest is your main event of the evening and will be a singles match.
All right, and it is main event time. Liam Connors versus the returning Byron Cassidy. And when this episode kicked off, I thought Byron was having his homecoming by coming out here, perhaps addressing the crowd, reintroducing himself to the BCW audience, but he is getting right back to action, putting his nose to the grindstone and competing in the main event. As we've seen from the altercation earlier, Liam Connors thinks he can beat Byron Cassidy. Byron Cassidy thinks otherwise. We're going to settle it all up and answer that question in the main event here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Liam No Honor Connors.
And here he is, Liam No Honor Connors, the Irishman making his way to the ring. And Byron Cassidy, he was exiled from BCW for 1 year, so he went to Europe. He won the 2024 Euroslam tournament. But conspicuous by his absence was Liam Connors in that tournament. Ireland was not one of the 8 countries selected to compete in that tournament. Liam thinks he would have won if he was in it. We're going to find out if that is to be true when he faces Byron here tonight.
Standing 6 feet tall and weighing in at 230 pounds, fighting out of London, England, he is the 2024 Euroslam winner, the Butcher, Byron Cassidy.
And here he is with that beautiful Euro Slam Championship belt on. The Butcher, Byron Cassidy, the 2024 Euro Slam Champion. Much like how we have a tournament currently going on in BCW, Byron Cassidy went to Europe, competed in an 8-man tournament to determine who the best European wrestler was, and it was determined that it was Byron. He defeated Andrei Koloff in the finals. But Ireland was not represented in that tournament. Liam Connors thinks he can beat Byron Cassidy. UK versus Ireland battle continuing here in the main event of BCW 42 Homecoming. And Byron Cassidy really soaking it in, and you cannot blame him. He finally put all his mental demons to rest in that tournament. Finally was able to upgrade his mental toughness. He's got all the physical tools. It was that mental game that he needed to improve. He did that, and now he is a champion, taking a victory lap here, and much deserved, showing that championship not only to everyone watching, not only to all the fans in the BCW arena, but to everyone in that locker room who counted him out, who put him any less than at the very tippy top of BCW. Byron Cassidy, he was quite the competitor on his first stint in BCW, and now with that added mental toughness, now being the 2024 Euroslam champion, there is no telling what Byron Cassidy is going to be able to do in his second run here in BCW, but he's got to get through Liam here tonight. Can he do it? Queuing up the main event right here, right now. And here we go, the main event is underway. Byron Cassidy versus Liam Connors. Liam coming out super hot with that big running, flying knee. And Liam Connors getting aggressive. He wants Byron Cassidy, and Byron, damage retention is a real thing. Byron Cassidy just competed in that 8-man tournament. He had to go through 3 grueling rounds to become the 2024 Euroslam champion. So I think Liam has the smart maneuver where Byron Cassidy, he is in absolutely peak physical condition, but it took Byron nearly 30 minutes of hard action in that tournament. So that is 30 minutes of having your body grinded out, grinded down by some of the top competitors in the world. And could that be Liam Connors' wrinkle to win this one? Could Byron Cassidy be coming in here less than 100%? I mean, anytime a wrestler steps into the ring, they are never 100%. But Byron Cassidy coming in here with a little bit more damage than a normal competitor would. I think that might be why Liam is so confident backstage, saying that he could beat Byron any day of the week. And this is going to be quite the matchup as it progresses, because both Liam and Byron Cassidy have very similar skill sets. They're both submission experts. They both have an MMA background. So this is going to be quite the catch-as-catch-can match. But right as we say that, Byron Cassidy uncharacteristically going to the top rope, crowning Liam Connors. And I think this one is going to be a lot of maneuver, counter-maneuver, counter-maneuver, because both these men are playing chess when their normal competitors are playing checkers and going for the 10 punches here. Some huge shots with the taped up fist of a Liam Connors. And he's just pinpointing those strikes right to the eye, right to the top brow, perhaps looking to open a cut, maybe hoping to get a referee stoppage. We see that in MMA all the time. Byron Cassidy reverses though, goes for a shot right to the breadbasket, potentially trying to gas out a Liam Connors with that shot to the gut. Beautiful Russian leg sweep, center of the ring, checking his progress. Don't think he's going to get the win, but looking to see where he is at, and he is at a 1 currently is Byron Cassidy. And now going for these big, huge knee strikes. Byron Cassidy wearing those knee pads a little low so he can get the point of the knee right into the temple of Liam Connors. And these are brutal strikes. And normally we are looking for a pin or a submission. Probably in this one, more closer to a submission than a pin. But this one could end by knockout with some of these big, brutal shots from two wrestlers who are very, very proficient at the striking game. But a big Bavarian suplex there from Byron Cassidy. And now he's starting to feel it, whereas Liam Connors is in the corner. Big running knee to the head. That could be a knock. Oh, and it looked like Byron, he was going to flip him over and go in for the bone slide and tide, which is that STF maneuver that he uses. The bone slide and tide sealed Byron's win in the Euroslam tournament. That is the maneuver he used in the finals to defeat Andrei Koloff. And what's Byron going for here? Oh, but Liam goes through the reversal. And now it's Liam got a big bulldog from the top. Looked like Liam might have hurt his hip, but that is a beautiful counter from Liam Connors. Oh, and he goes for the octopus. This is one of Liam's finishers. Tying up Byron's leg and really wrenching on that arm with the octopus. But Byron, the submission expert in his own right, knows how to get out of that one. Reverses, went for the flying, looked like the headbutt. Oh, and just picks him up and just slams his head down, grinding the forearm into the face. Byron kicks out, though. What a series of maneuvers. And now Liam taunting. And as I mentioned, this is where I think the match is going to take place. Is count, is maneuver, counter maneuver, counter maneuver, and now going for the beautiful rolling armbar. Really getting a lot of torque. Can he extend the elbow? Byron Cassidy able to slip out, and two stiff shots to the face to make Liam Connors think about going for that maneuver again. And it is quite the treat when you have two superior submission specialists going at it. And as we see here in the graphic, signed for next week is AMIR MANN versus TAFIK and Tony Rizzo versus Victor Payne. Next week we have both semifinal matches in the Commonwealth Title Tournament, which means at the end of next week's episode we will know the two competitors who have advanced to the finals. Liam goes for the cover here. Only gets a 2. Next week we will know who will be competing for the BCW Commonwealth title at BCW Slam-tacular. That is going to be quite the treat. And Liam with a big springboard. Liam known to do a springboard here and there. And a big springboard cross body, but to a grounded opponent. And a big, huge clothesline. A lot of torque on that one. Assisted clothesline by grabbing the wrist and forcing it right into that big, huge lariat. Now Liam to the top. Is he going to go for that knee drop? And he does, right to the sternum. We talk about the air rushing out of the lungs, but that does a lot of damage. Oh, and Byron right at the last second. Liam getting a bit frustrated, but still playing it up to the crowd. Could this be the undoing of Liam Connors? And Liam, he's got to really pull out something big. It looked like he was going for a rolling elbow. Byron goes low, though, to the knee. Smart maneuver there from Byron. Liam is really, really proficient at those kicks. Really uses his knees and legs a lot in his offense. So that's a smart maneuver, trying to take out that leg. And Byron Cassidy, in terms of getting a win here tonight, he won that tournament. He is on the biggest roll of his career. He does not want to lose to Liam Connors, and this could be it. Locking him up, going for the bone slide and tide. This is how we won the Euroslam tournament. Is it enough to win here tonight against Liam? Liam wrenching. Liam able to get out of it. Wow, that is a huge, huge reversal there for Liam. But now Byron going for the butcher's block. Can he hit it? This is his other finisher. He couldn't get it done with the submission. Can he get it done with the butcher's block too? Byron picks up the win. Huge win over a very capable, very credible Liam Connors. Byron Cassidy makes his successful return to BCW, and I thought it was going to be the bone slide and tide. Liam Connors showing a lot of resilience, a lot of gumption, but in the end, Byron was able to get him up for that butcher's block, and no one in the world is kicking out of the bone slide and tide and then the butcher's block. That sealed the deal for Byron. His homecoming was successful. He picked up the win, showed everyone why he is the 2024 Euroslam champion. Byron Cassidy is the real deal. He is no fluke. He earned that title. And whoever gets matched up against Byron Cassidy, that is going to be a tough draw for the night. But congratulations to Byron Cassidy making his homecoming and triumphant return to BCW. Can't wait to see him compete in BCW again. Wow, what a win. And what a main event for BCW. But let's take a look at the night's results. We kicked it all off with the BCW Commonwealth Tournament quarterfinal. It was GRIZZLY MACK versus TAFIK. TAFIK picked up the huge win with that burning hammer. He advances to the semi-finals. And then we had the idol, Sergio Gomez versus Tony Rizzo, and it was really Sergio Gomez dominating the middle section of that match, but it was his cheating tactics that proved to be his downfall. Tony Rizzo advances to the finals. And then AMIR, man, he used the dirty tactics that Sergio was trying to use, but he used them to perfection. He picked up the win over KENSHO in what was the biggest upset, in my opinion, in BCW history. AMIR, man, advances to the Commonwealth semifinals. And then the main event, Liam No Honor Connors versus the Butcher, Byron Cassidy. Byron Cassidy returns to BCW. It was his homecoming, and it was a successful one at that. But now we take a look to the next episode. As previously mentioned, 2 semifinals have been signed for next week. AMIR Man versus TAFIK and Victor Payne versus Tony Rizzo. Who is going to the finals of the Commonwealth Tournament at BCW Slamtacular? We will find out next week. Also, we have the return of the redneck and #1 contender, Benson Hicks. And speaking of the #1 contender for the world title, we have the world champ, Dirty Don, in action. You do not want to miss BCW 43 Dirty Work. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.